I'm Anson Mount. I play Black Bolt in the Inhumans. And I'm going to ask Serinda Swan here, who plays Medusa, some questions for Space.ca. Medusa has a pretty intense relationship with her hair. Can you talk about how you learned to act as though it was a living part of your character? Good question.
Great question. There's a really great course that actually does just hair acting. It's called Hacting 101. No, there's nothing. There's no help out there whatsoever on hair acting. So you kind of just have to use your imagination, and that is kind of the one of the basics of acting, is sitting down with something that you don't know or you don't have, which is magical hair, clearly, and figuring out how that would work. But the fight scenes were really fun because I first rehearsed them with my arms, because that's sort of what my hair was. It's another limb. So I'd figure out how, if I was gonna punch or if I was like strangling someone, what my body would do, what my head would do, what everything would do, and then would drop my arms and my full body would kind of become the spine of my hair.
Okay, question 2.
Okay.
You play Adelan royalty on Inhumans.
I do.
Did you look to any other past or current royals, earthly or otherwise, for inspiration?
I didn't. I looked to a woman I consider royalty, which was my grandmother. Her presence was just something that you felt when she walked in a room, and she held herself in such a way that I considered her to be like royalty. So I went through some of her old pictures and looked at her posture and the way she was, and then just being, partially raised by her, it was something that I think kind of intrinsically was passed over. So a lot of this royal character comes from my grandmother.
Was there any added pressure on set knowing this show is part of the Marvel Universe?
Of course! You are, humbled and overjoyed, and every day you come to set and you kind of like pinch yourself, and you're eating at lunch and like a green man walks by, and then some weird guy with like eyeballs sticking out, and then there's like hoofs walking. Like, it's just, everything is just sort of a heightened reality, and part of history.
What's it like to try to create the impression of a close connection between you and my character, Black Bolt, when I'm not using words anyone watching would understand?
I think that's where your work came in, because it really wasn't that hard to do based on the language that you had created. And if there's something that I was missing and I wanted to make sure that, I was getting the right cadence or the right tone, I would be like, could you just say this for me, say this one monologue or this line or whatever it was, and in how Black Bolt would say it or how he hears it in his head, and I'd make sure that I would hit those marks for him so that it's very clear that there is Medusa's voice and there is Black Bolt's voice. So it was really fun to be able to create that.